Hello everybody, welcome to MRC for, Tier 4's Las Vegas Grand Prix. I apologise for the delay for this stream. I had a few issues on my side, so I apologise for that. Let's see who is on a lap. We've got Wookie. Is Wookie on a lap? He is on medium. I think he's going to the pits. Yeah, otherwise he'd be using much more energy than he already is. But Brindle is on a lap, I think. Is he, though? He'd have used a lot of energy to just be at 30% at this point in the lap. GXD, I think he's on a lap. Yep, so goes onto the strip here. This is a nearly 2 kilometre long straight. Full throttle, yeah, it's probably... no, I think Baku is still the longest full throttle section on the calendar, but this is really not far off from it. Definitely fewer corners than what there are at Baku for that long straight. As he is coming finally to the braking zone where you want to brake at about 110, 120 meters. He takes the corner pretty nicely, takes a bit of curb, doesn't unsettle the car. He's still got plenty of energy to play with to the start-finish line. Where does this put him? It's not an improvement. Okay, 5 minutes left on the clock. Let's see who else has started their lap. We've got an invalidation from TGO. It's a home race for him, the American driver. Man is on a lap, so he's currently 2.4 seconds off, and he's slowing down the strip, so he's not actually going to be improving. Sully, what about him? He's staying to the right, so he should be setting a lap time, but he's 3 seconds off. That's a 1:35 about. So he does find about 2 seconds. It is a 1.6 second improvement, up to P7, ahead of his teammate. Who else do we have? We've got a man who wasn't on a lap yet. And we've got reserve drivers. Connor's into the pits, which means that we currently have not a single Tier 4 driver on a lap, which is absolutely lovely. We'll be talking about this track a little bit later on, as well as the championship standings. Who do we have? We've got Josh, who is on an out lap, so using a bit of energy, but he's got plenty of time to replenish his battery as well for the rest of it before the start of his lap. He might have enough time to go around twice. 3 minutes on the clock. He does have enough time. Does he have enough fuel? Time will tell, but his tyres should be able to do it. So, driving to the line now to start his lap, sticking to the right, trying to open that first corner out. Well, actually, last corner. Trying to carry as much speed as possible. So let's go on board with him through turns 1 and 2 here. It's a very tough corner, this one. If you go too early into the corner, you'll be drifting wide, which kind of happened to Josh right here. You want to use a bit of energy here, but not too much, because you've got plenty of full throttle corners, full throttle sections left on this lap. This is only the first sector, believe it or not, and he's down to 71%, which is healthy enough, I think. Takes a bit of curve here, that's a good amount. Doesn't unsettle the car either. Yeah, makes the most out of the track. And yeah, still a good amount of energy left. You've got enough to play with. You're going to have to save a little bit here, brake as soon as you can get the car straightened up. You can take probably a little bit more curb on the entry to the strip, but that was a good amount of curb. So you can hear how much the car is bottoming out. The high speeds around this track mean that the car is really stuck to the ground here. So braking, yep, around the 110, 120 meter mark. Takes a little bit of curb. So he hit the wall, but I think he's going to be okay. Let's see where that takes him. So he's 1.7 seconds off. Where does he finish the lap? It's a 1.1 second improvement, so he's up to P5 in the Kicksauber. Who else? Is anybody on the lap? No, there's only reserves at the very bottom. I didn't notice it, but YouTube Shift God has retired from the qualifying session. Connor's about to start his lap. And Brindle has started his lap, so let's follow both of these guys in 3rd and 6th currently. Blurt has started his as well. Where is Blurt? Okay, so they're all very close. It's going to be direct comparisons. So Brindle about 9/10 off from pole as it stands. I don't know how much he improved by. What about Blurt? I don't know. Right. Oh! Brindle has missed his braking point. Brindle's missed it. But Blurt being, 4/10 off. I'm wondering if he's been a bit unsettled by that. It looked like he slowed down a little bit more for the chicane. We'll soon find out when the end of this straight comes. What about Connor? He's found a 10th in the first sector, so he's looking good for an improvement. He's got 2 sectors left. And Blurt's a little bit down still, I think he was. He doesn't have much energy though. He's been using all of it in the first sector. Same for Connor as well. Connor's down to down to 10%. So he's going to have very little to play with at the end of the lap. And Blurt has invalidated, so he's actually out of qualifying now. So P2 is as good as it's going to be for him. But what does Connor do? He can actually improve. He was finding time, so let's see where it takes him. He's got 0%. He does find a 10th, but that doesn't improve his position. Got GTS Drag King qualifying, What about Pepito? P2 in the standings, but de facto championship leader as GTS Drag King's been promoted to Tier 3. He's got, front wing damage. Let's see how much time he can still find. Blurred Magic has invalidated. GXD is on a lap. No idea where he is on with his Delta. Let's try and see where this takes him. It's not looking too bad. It is a 2-cent improvement, goes to P11. I don't think it changed his position. What about Pepito then? To the line. It's not an improvement, but he was already on pole. So that is it for our qualifying session for Tier 4 in Las Vegas. Yeah, that front wing damage must have hurt him through that final section. Actually, no. Through the entry of the strip and the end of the strip. 2 absolutely crucial low-speed corners. It might have helped him in terms of straight line speed and stability because less front downforce, but not ideal. Ideally, you have a front wing built in a way that balances your car perfectly. Anyways, let's go through the grid for tonight's Tier 4 Las Vegas Grand Prix. We've got Pepito on pole with Blurt in the Alpine and GTS Drag King in P3. Connor, TGO, Wookie, Josh Boy, Brindle, Owen, Jay, Geki Matthew, GXD, Sully, Avinash, Blurred, Man, YouTube Shift, Airways and Armagh to complete the grid. We've got 18 drivers tonight. I thought we were 17, so maybe we had a joiner during the session and I didn't notice it. But anyway, that is our grid. As you can see, the reserve drivers have been qualifying on medium tyres. We are about to start a 5-minute break here. I'm just going to check that. Okay, yeah, very good. Armagh has posted that. Just making sure because he's not a usual host, so I wouldn't put it past him. I host sometimes and I forget to post these things, so I wouldn't blame him if he had forgotten to post it. Anyways, Las Vegas. Is it? I think it is. I think it's the most recent track in F1. I don't think there was a new one in 24. I'm trying to remember. I think this is actually the most recent track we have in F1. Not the most recent we have on the F1 games. We've got reverse tracks, which are new, to be honest. But definitely one of the one of the most chaotic races we can wish for here. It's hard to pick between this and Monaco, I'd say. Even Baku. These three races, for different reasons, are absolutely chaotic. This track, unlike Baku, doesn't actually have an iconic corner. Like, there is the strip, which is iconic because it's famous and everything. But yeah, there isn't an iconic corner. Each corner is a bit not. Yeah, nothing special. There's the sphere section as well, but the sphere is famous, not the corner. So yeah, unlike Baku with the castle and every single corner at Monaco, there isn't an iconic place for this track. But overall, it does create how's it called? A pretty eventful track, I would say. Very easy to get it wrong in several places. It's a track where you need some very low downforce, very, very low downforce. So, yeah, when you've got no downforce, there is so much more potential for mistakes coming from the drivers, especially as tyre wear kicks in, and that's something that the drivers are going to be finding out pretty soon. Strategies should be medium hard. That's what I found worked best for me. So I'd expect that to be, the same in Tier 4. Those medium tyres get tired pretty quickly. They, around lap 8, 9, they start screaming a bit, and you don't want to lose your rears during the first 2 corners, for example. It's really easy in the third corner, that long right-hander, which is basically a circle, and you want to go as sturdy as possible, but you can't. You can't, because otherwise you're going to be losing overall speed in your corner, and you need to sacrifice that entry, go a bit wide, and get a better entry onto the straight for turn 3. But there are so many places where you can lose the rear, both in acceleration and braking. You need to change your brake bars as well if you're not using ABS, to make sure you're not locking the rears, especially on the entry to to the strip. It's very, very slippery over there. Having a look though at the championship standings. The championship standings then. So as I said earlier on, Pepito. Let's actually get the grid up on. So as you can see on the right, we've got everybody on medium tyres. Pepito on pole, and he's P2 in the championship. So 21 points behind GTS Drag King, who's third, but he's actually a reserve. He's a higher tier reserve now. He's been promoted to tier 3 because he was simply too fast. I think he actually finished third or second in tier. No, I think he finished third in tier 3 last week. It was. So yeah, definitely in the right tier right now. But Pepito about 10 points ahead, 12 points ahead of Geki Matthew, who is in P10 right now. So he'll be looking to make a few positions definitely at the start, because as it stands, he's losing, 6 points for P10. So that would be another 19 points. He'd be 31 points behind the championship leader at the halfway point of the season. It's definitely a gap that can be breached. That can be reduced till the end of the season, but that's on average 6 points per race. It's a very tough total to climb back up to. So we're about to start the formation lap with Pepito on pole. Are we going to have any other alternatives? Are we going to have any alternative strategies appearing on screen? We'll see. Let's get all the data that you guys need on screen. So position changes could be interesting. So tyres, everybody on medium tyres apart from Man in P15, trying to go for a different strategy here, hoping for a later safety car and having a free pit stop. We are going to simply have position changes so we can follow how the chaos unfolds on this first lap, and we do have YouTube Shift God, who hasn't started his lap or made contact with somebody else. I'm going to check. Yeah, it is 16 minutes past 9 in the UK, so the 5-minute break is over. So maybe he was having let's say, a longer pit stop than he should have. Whoa, okay. That's one way of warming your tyres up. Driving into the wall. He's probably testing, trying to find out how it feels like to go into the wall in Vegas. He definitely doesn't want to do that during the race next time round. Who will be an interesting driver to follow? Wookie's a reserve. I think TGO could be... No, Connor. Connor's going to be an interesting one to follow because he's P3. Is he P3? Blurt. Blurt is Tier 4, yeah. So he's net P3 right now. And we'll have a good view of the track ahead of him. Whereas Josh Boy, yeah, they are tier drivers. Yep. Okay. So, yeah, talking about pitting around lap 11 from the mediums. So, sounds about right for me. Let's go on board. Yeah, it's not going to be a great camera to follow, so we are going to be going on board. So I think everybody's joined. We're just waiting for the lobby to give us the green lights. Well, the red lights. Okay, so we've got our 5 red lights. Oh, at the back. At the back, it's very, very busy. Who do we have? We've got, I think it's Geke Matthew in the wall. Yeah, it is Geke Matthew, and he's got a penalty as well. We had a bit of a moment from GTS Drag King going wide out of turn 1. A massive dive there from the Red Bull. It's Sully. And I think we'll be seeing that in the stewards because that was a dive from very, very far out. How do the Tier 4 drivers fare in this section of the track? They're all going through cleanly, nobody going too deep into the sphere section. And Geke is going to be hating life right now because he's got, yeah, he can't drive around this section. He's got to pit, and he's on the medium tyres, so this is completely messing both the race and the strategy up. Fresh tyres will feel nice, but yeah, so much time wasted through a pit stop. Anyways, we've got Blurt in the lead. We missed that change of the lead. Pepito still just sticking behind him. TGO got up to P4 though. That was a really good start from him. Managing to get his way past Connor. Going very deep though as Wookie manages to avoid the contact there from the rejoining Williams, let's say. And we've got, yeah, GTS Drag King going to the pit as well. And Connor's back behind TGO. Let's go on board and see. Oh, TGO goes way too deep. Okay, I was going to Josh to go and see if there was any debris going on, but it's all fine. So the position lost for TGO there. He's over a second behind Connor, who's just caught up to Pepito, so a mistake must have happened there from Pepito because he was just behind Blurt, and we were saying, yeah, he was sticking behind and trying to, yeah, just keep the race alive for himself and pull away from the guys behind, but he's been caught up now, so 10-second penalty for TGO for corner cutting, so he must have missed the sphere section. That's very unlucky. It happened to me, I think, twice in Tier 1, and I had to really slow down and make sure I made my way around the corner and, yeah, make sure I didn't gain any time, because otherwise the game can give you a very severe penalty straight away, and unfortunately he's going to have to, yeah, serve it, because we're on lap 2 and he will be pitting at some point in this race. Anyways, Connor still within the RS range of Pepito. 6 tenths is a sweet spot on track like this. and TGO is going to have to do a lot of damage limitation. Pepito catching up again, so it's probably going to be... No, it's not a purple lap. Connor does, but he's only 1.3 seconds away from Blurt, so I suspect that was probably Pepito going too deep into turn 1. What about YouTube Shift God? He didn't take part in the formation lap, and he's up into P9, so making the most out of the chaos that unfolded in turn 1 between 5-6 drivers. And yeah, making 7 positions up. So definitely the big winner on the start of this race, but he hit the wall there on the exit of turn 4. I can't see any damage on his front wing. Maybe there's some damage, but it isn't visible. Falling away from Brindle a little bit. Does he get a good exit? He's catching up a little bit on this part of the track. Let's go on board with Connor. He is within DRS range of Pepito. Pepito's catching up to Blurt again, but he's still a little too far from Blurt. And as you can see, he's flashing away at the end of this straight. So either he's choosing to save some energy, or he actually doesn't have energy left. So this is all how's it called? I'm looking for the word. I'm sorry. Encouraging for Connor if the car ahead is having to manage their ERS. But Pepito's within the second mark of Blurt now, so the race is back on for the lead, and he's pulled away from Connor. Let's see though how the battling will change this. Drag King takes the fastest lap. Who else do we have? We've got Blurred Magic towards the back of YouTube Shift God. So he does have DRS, but he's only just hanging on. There is an opportunity here for Shift God to pull away in this section. If he's got a little bit more downforce than Blurred Magic, he could very easily create that 2/10 gap that he needs to find. But he makes a mistake into the sphere section, and yeah, the Red Bull is right back into the DRS range. So I'm thinking that there could be a move on this part of the track, on the next part of the track, I mean. Connor's back into the DRS of Pepito as well. Let's see how Blurred does on this straight. So 8/10 away from YouTube Shift God. And yeah, we've finally reached the DRS point, activation point. I wasn't sure there, but this straight is so long, it's easy to lose yourself on it. So using a lot of energy here to try and get the position. He just about moves to the inside. Gives enough room on the outside as well, so a good move here from Blurred Magic. Aggressive move, but clean move, most importantly. Let's see, further up, Pepito, only 2/10 away from the lead right now. He can smell it, so he's going to be building this move. I suspect he's been saving a little bit of energy for the last two laps because he's been behind Blurt. But that's an opportunity for him to save some energy and then just use everything and try and pull away from Blurt. Make sure that he's not benefiting from the DRS, which is ultra powerful on this track. There aren't many DRS zones, but where they are placed, they're very powerful. So, only 3/10. And there's no way that Blurt is going to be keeping this position. So we do have Pepito on the inside. Oh, there is contact between the two, which absolutely gives Connor the lead. Lap 5 and Connor's in the lead. So the Scotsman's going to be absolutely buzzing about that. But Blurt Yeah, so he's come out not too bad in P2. And Pepito, on the other hand, is in P6, and he's having to go to the pits right now because he's got, yeah, half of his front wing missing. So it's kind of turned into a nightmare for Pepito because not only has he lost time, positions, but he's also losing more time in the pits, having to change that front wing, which, yeah, takes absolute ages. It's about 10 seconds. So as you can see right now, P15, Owen will not be catching up to him, but yeah, it's turned into a nightmare for him, and TGO as well is having to change his front wing. And yeah, Connor, this race has suddenly become very lonely for him in P1, the Mercedes man. So let's see how Blurt now rebuilds his race. Does he have any damage? I don't think he does have any damage, so yeah, that move will probably be seen by the stewards. I'd be calling that a racing incident from what I saw. Maybe the angle was wrong, and I only saw it once, but it looked like both just came together in the middle of the track, and yeah, it's hard to say. But on lap 6, in the final DRS zone, Blurt goes to the outside. Josh is doing well on the inside though. Oh, we've got more contact between the two. Well, more contact with Blurt. So yeah, he does make the position his, and it's game on now to get the back closed down from between him and Connor. Which other? Whoa! Is that an overtake or no? No, he got overtaken. I was wondering if Drag King was going around the outside of Wookie. Even though they're reserve drivers, it would have been a nice move. So let's bring out the tyres as well, because now the position changes. We've had a few pit stops, so it's good information to have with who's on fresh hards, for example, or worn hards actually, because 5 laps, well, they are reserved, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, Owen, for example, is on worn hards, so he's going to have to pit at some point again. Unfortunately for him, P15, unless there's a special event going on in the race, that's not going to be improving much. A 3-second penalty on top of that for the teammate of our race leader right now. What else do we have? We've got Brindle. Oh, is there some damage at the back? I don't know, but Brindle is just behind Blurred Magic, but he's losing a lot of time. Is he letting people by? I think he's got no energy. It's nearly as if he's losing time to the car ahead, whereas he's got DRS. Going to the inside there, that's a very optimistic move, and yeah, I don't think the space was there to be taken, so front wing damage for Brindle. He's going to have to serve a pit stop very soon, and he does. So another driver has fallen to front wing damage. We've got TGO who left the session. I'm going to be sending him an invite as we've got a virtual safety car, I think. Actually, do I have him as a friend? I don't think I do. No, I don't. So I can't invite him, sorry. It's actually a safety car. We do have the safety car out right in front of Brindle. Just to confirm, yeah, we do have the Mercedes out between turns 3 and 4. So, yeah, this is going to limit the damage for those who've had to pit early and change wings. But yeah, it's going to help those who will be wanting to go to the end. I'm thinking of TGO, for example. He's joined, so that's nice. TGO, who's on 2 lap old hard tyres, say there are 2 more laps of safety car. That set of hards will definitely be going to the end. That front wing damage he got earlier that will be mitigated. Same for Brindle. He just got some damage. Oh no, he didn't change his front wing, so he's got fresh hards, but he doesn't have a new front wing. If I were him, I'd be pitting for a set of softs and pitting on the next lap again to go back to the hard tyres. So our race leaders are in the pits. Connor stays in the lead. Sully's up to P2 because he didn't pit, so he's on 8-lap-old medium tyres with front wing damage. Not sure that's a good move, but hey, let's see how that pans out. Pepito's come out on warm mediums. Oh no, sorry, he did serve a pit stop earlier on, so he's staying on those mediums. So he's probably going for a, yeah, he's going to have to do medium hard from here. So it's going to be interesting. Blood Magic. We've got GXD on soft tyres. Okay. I'm not sure what the plan is here. He's probably, yeah, going for a bit of Las Vegas beginner's luck, hoping for another safety car in the safety car roulette. So we will be seeing his strategy. Airways, YouTube shift guard on fresh hards. He's looking really good because he's got fresh hards. He can go to the end. Brindle, just to confirm. TGO, Owen. Does Owen still have front wing damage? Because he's on fresh mediums now. I think there is still some damage. I'm not sure I can see a left end plate. I don't think there is. There isn't. So he's going to have to pit again. Geki Matthews' front wing is intact. I'm going to be having a look at the YouTube chat. I'm sorry, guys. I've not been looking at anything. I suspect that you guys have been talking a little bit. Don't forget to leave a like as well. The stream is not going to be great. I'm alone right now. Those who know me know that I'm not the chattiest person there is. I'm not I'm not Chatty Duck. So yeah, it's usually pretty quiet when I'm alone. No worries, Mark. Owen bottled his last run. Okay. We do have a few guys in the pits. Owen's back. No, he's not. TGO is back in. He's serving a penalty, I think. Yep, that's what it is. He's serving a penalty. Baku. Oh, yeah, they were talking about iconic sections. I was saying that Baku does have iconic sections. Well, does it? There's just the castle section, which is iconic. The rest isn't. I enjoy it, but it's not necessarily iconic. But yeah. Thank you, Smoggy Ghost. You don't have that. Your body got damage, but your front wing as well, Brindle, has damage. Check your damage because it's definitely showing on stream. Cheers, mate. Who are you, Johnny? Johnny Gal. Anyways, I think Gecko is a little too far right now to catch up to the cars. Yeah, considering it's a straight, I think that he's going to not have time to catch up. Since we've not got to the pits yet, Brindle, honestly, go into chase camera or whatever it's far chase, and look backwards. Just check your front wing visually, because yeah, I could be wrong. There are a few glitches, visual glitches with the game. Not just front wings missing, the whole nose missing on the cars. So maybe it's this, but I'm hoping that's not just the green showing up, the yellow showing up green. Yeah, the safety car does go around once more, and it is going to help Sully a little bit, because that means that his tyres will be fresher later on, but honestly, he's on. He should be pitting right now. That's the truth of the things, and he's got front wing damage as well. It's not. I can see a big accident happening here, especially with cold tyres. It's very dangerous. Is there anything to be said? Let's see penalties. We've got Blurred Magic with 3 seconds, and yeah, Owen, we remember that 3-second penalty he got earlier on. Body dark yellow. Ooh. Yeah, good luck with that, mate. That's never fun. I'm pretty sure that affects straight line speed. So on a track like this, where straight line speed is crucial, yeah, that's going to kill your race, mate. So we do have everybody who's caught up. We've got even a Noah's Ark at the back, and where is Pepito? Pepito's here. So I'm trying to figure out what the plan is going to be for Pepito here, because he could have pit for hard tyres, but he'd have been probably around 11th, 12th. Would that be better? Or is it better to have the track position and pit later on? It's a tough one at this stage. I guess there isn't a best solution. It's all damage limitation. He'll be hoping for another safety car around lap 14, maybe 15, so we can have hards to the end. But yeah, not ideal for him right now. So let's go on board with Blurt for this safety car restart. Connor is the race leader and the de facto safety car. It's a pretty fast safety car restart. It's not like a Gav restart, and I think he's going to have to give that position back, Blurt. He got the move, and I can't see any penalty, so it must have been within the rules. It was hard to say, but he's all over the back of Connor right now. Connor had a 6-second lead and blurted through. He's on the inside. It's very easy to outbrake himself here, which is exactly what happens to Connor. That's really unfortunate for him. Put under pressure by Blurt on the inside. And we've got YouTube Shift God around as well with front wing damage. Yeah, there is a whole part of the budget cap which is reserved for front wings at Las Vegas. Right, Wookie up to P3. Josh is having a good race. How many positions has he made? Because I swear he wasn't that high up. He's made 5 positions since the start of the race, so he started P7. Looking really good for the Kick Sauber tonight. GD and GXD, I've got to have a look at what his name stands for. To P5 with his soft tyres, so of course they'll be working for now. Knowing how high the tyre wear is, he's probably already around 10-15% wear on his second lap of running, well, first lap of running actually, so he's got his teammate behind. Will he be fighting him at all? Let's go on board with Pepito. So he's taking the slipstream, going to the inside. I think that GXD will be letting him through. Yeah, he's not fighting him. So good team play here. And Pepito's going to have to, yeah, find a lot of pace to close that gap to the top. Blurt has already pulled away from Josh. Josh 1.2 seconds away from the race leader. And, yeah, which means that he can relax a little bit, but he's got a high tier reserve behind him, so if and when Josh gets overtaken, he could very easily catch up to Blurt as well, because Wookie's a very quick guy. He's one of the championship contenders for Tier 3. So, you know, in Tier 4 he should be doing well, and he could be catching up very easily to Blurt and bringing Josh back into play here. We've got someone struggling at the back. Oh, wow! So that's probably going to be a it is the second safety car. That's really unlucky. I'm sorry, mate. So yeah, we've got Sully at the back, and I think it's Armagh it's Armagh who's retired from the race. Hopefully he's not leaving the session. If you're listening, Armagh, please stay in the lobby. So I think this is a saving grace for Pepito. I would be pitting right now if I were him. It does mean that he's how's it called? Committing to going to the very end of the race, because he's already used 2 of his sets of mediums. So this is his last, race tile we have. Otherwise, it's some qualifying softs he's been using, and you don't want to be racing on those. So right now, he's hoping that there's no safety car till the end of the race. And wow, okay, someone's brave. GXD's staying out on those soft tyres. So I have no idea what his end game is here. Maybe he looks after tyres much better than I do. But I'd be surprised. Yep, he's probably hoping for another safety car, but on lap 9 or lap 8 of a race, I'm not gambling on 2 safety cars in a row, So, of course, his tyres are probably only on 12-15% wear right now, but that wear is going to rank up very quickly. So, it's going to be interesting to see what he does from here. What else do we have? Do we have anything interesting to say about the position changes? Overall, GXD has made 8 positions. Pepito is in P8, so he's on fresh tyres now. I suppose he's the first driver on a fresh set of tyres. Yeah, he is. So the freshest sets ahead of him are TGO in the Williams in P4 and Geke Matthew in P7 in the Racing Bulls. He should be making light work of them within the next 5 laps, I'd say. Yeah, within the next 5 laps, he should be clearing them very easily. GXD, that's not even... There's no question mark on that. He will be clearing him pretty easily once the tyre wear kicks in. So I think it's still looking good for him. He's got probably a 2 racing lap advantage in terms of tyre wear over Blurt and Josh Boy. So that probably equates to about 2/10 advantage. So a bit of extra traction on the exit of on the entry to high-speed straights. So that can help out on the overtake and defending as well. I'm thinking Pepito could still be doing really well, the Bulgarian driver, tonight. TGO's looking okay as well. The only problem he has is that he's on medium tyres, and he's going to have to drive another 10 laps on this set. And the first stint is only supposed to be about 11 to 12 laps, so that gives you an idea of how long he's going to have to be pushing. He's probably going to be hitting around 70, maybe even 80% wear towards the end of the race, so it's going to be very, very slidey, especially with very low downforce on a cold track as well. Remember, Las Vegas is in a desert. It's a night race, and the race happens in November, so not saying that it's cold in November over there, but it's colder than the rest of the year. So I think the track temperature is around 5 degrees and air temperature around 12 degrees in the game for Las Vegas, so the tyres are very cold. So the safety car is coming back in this lap. We have gone back to green flag situations after this, so the restart is a bit slower. than last time, and Blurt is away, and he's still putting away. He's found about 6.5 tenths of a second by the end of this straight, nearly 7 tenths. So, can he pull away within this first sector? Josh is not doing too bad considering he's in the dirty air in this first corner. Still losing a little bit of time. Yeah, losing a lot now because it's a long, medium speed corner, and yeah, he's dropped half a second to Blurt because of that. GXD should be doing well on this restart because he's on the soft tyres, so everything's up to temperature, or should be. Everything's looking clean towards the back, so well done everybody for that. Yeah, that gap is still increasing 1.4 seconds, 1.5 seconds, so Blurt is looking as safe as you can be at this stage of the restart from Josh Boy. And yeah, GXD is closing that gap to Josh Boy. There will be no DRS on this lap. It's the first lap of the restart, so there will be no DRS. But do expect these rear wings, to be opened this time next lap. There is a bit of a gap to Owen, so Owen's going to have to hurry up a little bit to make sure he's not being left behind by the group in front. GTS Drag King has retired on the straight. What? Oh no, he's retired. Yeah, well, we can't do that, okay? So, yeah. Anyways, what else do we have? Is that front wing damage? No, it's not. Wookiee's retired from the session, okay. What about Owen? We were saying that he was on the fringes of that DRS range. He's been overtaken by Geke Matthew. I missed that. I'm sorry, guys. And Pepito's up to P5 already. Oh, we're going to have to be watching Pepito. I'm sorry, guys. There are fights elsewhere, but Pepito's the championship leader. A little bit of curve riding from TGO there, but he kept the car pointing in the right direction ultimately. Another 3-second time penalty, this time for Blurred Magic in P11 for the Red Bull. I think he's got good traction here, Pepito. He's looking good to attack Geke Matthew. TGO. Let's go on board with TGO and see that closing speed by the Aston Martin. Is this a double move? Oh my goodness, this is... Oof. So Pepito pulled out of it. I think that was very wise. And yeah, GXD is in a little bit of trouble right now with his softs, and it looks like he's already pitting. Wow. I think he's raced a grand total of 3 laps on this set of tyres. Yeah, they're not a race tyre. So unfortunately for him, he's going to be dropping towards the back of the grid. Back of the field, sorry. So now Pepito has, free reins to attack TGO, and yeah, that move is already completed. He's on the inside, has DRS, TGO doesn't, and takes P3. So the race is on to catch up to Blurt and Pepito for you guys. Yep, they had a moment at the start of the race which gave Connor the race lead around lap 5 or 4, I think. So expect a few more fireworks between now and lap 25. Plenty of time for that, considering how long this lap is. And Pepito is looking like he's licking his lips at the sight of making a DRS overtake on Josh Boy. And there is very little that Josh can do here. I wouldn't even defend in his position. I'd just, save energy, try and stay behind Pepito because he's got so much pace and so much fresher tyres. So Pepito on the inside makes that move happen. Connor is being overtaken by Airways as well. under a little bit of pressure from Geke and Matthew as well, but Geke's tyres should be getting into a bit of tyre degradation right now, so Connor could lose a position, but he should be able to get it back towards the end of the race if he does lose a position. So this gap now, 2 seconds between Blurt and Pepito, 5 laps tyre wear difference, but a lot of that was on the safety car conditions, so I'd say it's probably 2 laps and maybe about a 2/10 advantage in Pepito's favour. So 2 tenths over, what is it going to be? It's going to be 7 laps. That's 1.4 seconds, and by the time he gets into the DRS, that kind of goes out of the window. He will be getting increasing straight line speed, and he'll be closing the gap very easily. He's already... Oh, has he? That gap is still hovering around 1 second between Pepito and Josh Boy, so he could still be under pressure a little bit, but he does get very good traction on the entry to the strip. Sorry, I was going to say to the split, but no. Owen now. Owen in P8 on 11 lap-old medium tyres, front wing damage as well. He should be able to make a move on Geke Matthew. It does look like he's a long way away, but DRS is powerful. He's closing the gap very quickly, but he won't be able to get close enough. Whoa! He gets overtaken by Blown Magic though. I didn't see that one coming at all, and yeah, Owen probably didn't see it either. Brindle though, 5 lap old mediums. He's looking good to go to the end right now. 1.1 seconds that gap between the Aston Martin and Kick Sauber. Ooh, that's a bit wide for Pepito. I don't know what happened there, because he should be free from the dirty air in front with a 1.4 second gap. That should be okay. What is happening towards the back though? We've got still that battle between Geke Matthew, Blood Magic, and Owen. Owen's hit a wall, I think. He's definitely lost time to the cars ahead, and Brindle has made the move. So, well done, Brindle, for seizing the opportunity ahead of you. And I think Blood is going to have a very easy overtake on Geke Matthew next time round. So, getting to the strip right now for Airways, who TGO has had a moment there. He's gone too deep into the corner, so that's another position for Blood Magic and Geke Matthew. Let's see what Connor can do. No, he's just following. So, Blood Magic, what can happen? He's going to have to overtake Geke and try and create a 3-second gap to Geke Matthew to not lose that position. Oh, he goes a little bit wide though. A little bit too much speed into the corner. Let's just check penalties. It's actually 6 seconds. Yeah, I wasn't sure. So it's 6 seconds he's going to have to find between now and the end of the race. So 1.5 seconds a lap he needs to find. And unfortunately for him, Geke's right in his DRS. So it's going to be a challenge. But we've got a fight for the race lead to get ladies and gentlemen. So Pepito, looking really good with his tyres. He's got plenty of pace. And he's already looking very attacking here, trying to show different lines to Blurt, trying to get out of the dirty air as well. And yeah, that gap is just 3/4 tenths of a second. He's already getting a very powerful tow right now, and he's just going to be waiting for the right moment to make the overtake. Connor is still within that DRS range to Airways, and I think Airways is trying to help him out, which I really like. GXD, 3 lap old medium, so he's going to be really quick, but yeah, fortunately for him, that's really pushed him down the order. Connor, so Geke on Brindle right now. Does he make the move happen? I think he does, because Brindle is saving energy, but he's staying to the inside, so he's probably going to be okay, Brindle, here. And he was offensive earlier on. at this point of the track. Leaves plenty of space for Geke, but whoa, was enough space given there on the final left-hander? I think it was okay. It did look... Oh, I'm sorry, guys. We missed the move for the lead. And there is a 4-second gap between Pepito and Blurt, so I think I cost you the fireworks I promised earlier on. I'm sorry, guys. Trying to cover all of the battles going on around the track, not just the race lead, and that cost. Yeah, I'm sorry. So, Josh, still holding on to Airways. Oh no, actually he got overtaken by Airways, sorry. And Airways is pulling away, so... Airways overtakes Blurt. I didn't see that one coming either. Is Blurt trying to go around the outside? No, he isn't. I'm wondering if he's just making plenty of mistakes now, Blurt. He might have been unsettled, and when you lose a concentration, it's so easy to make several mistakes in a row. A bit of damage in the background there on the entry to the strip. GXD is going to be putting a lot of pressure on Geke, and it's going to be very hard for Geke to defend this one, although it looks like he has been pulling away during this straight, so probably using a lot of his energy to catch up to Brindle and get some a stronger toe. A lot of curve had been taken there. Blurt is behind. Yeah, I think this is going to be our closest battle, because Blurt, realistically speaking, he's behind a higher tier driver, so it doesn't really matter. Tier 2 driver on top of that, so a very, very quick guy. Yeah, I think it's going to be this fight between GXD and Geke Matthew. So GXD goes to the inside and he's got much fresher tyres. It's going to be hard for... Oh, we've got yellow flags. It's TGO who's going... Ooh, that's an unsafe rejoin. Come on, mate. We've got to wait for people to go through. So yeah, went too deep again into turn 4. He's not... It was looking good earlier on for him, but he's had just a few mistakes, and GXD did well to avoid that contact with Brindle. So, yeah, Airways catching up to Pepito, but that's not a problem. Oh, that looked close. That looked mighty close. So, lap 23, it's going to be an opportunity for GXD to take the position and try and pull away. There are yellows further up the track as well between these guys. I think it's all okay. So GXD goes to the inside this time around. Gives the space, and I think that Brindle gave the position as well. He knew that fighting that one was not really on the cards. And it looks like that's going to be it in terms of fighting for this race. Brindle is still there, but he's got a time penalty, and realistically he's going to be losing time. We've got TGO, with front wing damage, and it's turned into a race to forget for him. Home race for him as well. Real shame for him. It was looking pretty good at some point, because he was P4, I think, maybe even P3. Just too many mistakes for him in this race. It can so easily and so quickly change around this track. Do we have one last fight though? Because we've got Connor in P5 catching up to Josh. They're both on 15 lap old hard tyres, so they're probably around 40% wear at this stage, so it is sliding. But it should be manageable. Any mistake here for one of these guys and it still is game over. So they've got to be concentrated till the end of the race. They've got one lap left as Pepito starts the final lap with Airways, who was catching up, but he is pitting now. Blurt then. So that's a 6-second gap to Pepito since he got overtaken. Well, since we noticed he got overtaken, that gap has increased by 2 seconds, and we've got a retirement for Geke Matthew. He'll still be getting points. He completed more than 90% of the race, but yeah, the man who was third in the championship, I think, is going to be losing that place to the likes of Connor, Blurt, and crucially, the championship leader is in the best position to win this race. That gap to the front is going to be extending, and I think, yeah, he's going to be taking the lead of the championship. He's 21 points behind GTS Drag King, so his lead will finally be over after winning the first 3 races, and Pepito has taken the relay. That's how we say it in French, but not in English. Sorry, I can't. Yeah, taken the torch, but anyway. Since GTS Drag King has left, he's been the one who's won the races. So he'll be trying to keep that going till the end of the season, but he's got one straight left on the Las Vegas street circuit, and takes the win for Tier 4 tonight. So congratulations to Pepito, the Aston Martin driver. Got Blurt 6.4 seconds behind, so we don't know what happened for that overtake. We don't know exactly if there could be a penalty for the first incident between the two, but this one could be decided in the steward's room. I wouldn't put it past it. It's P7 for Brindle, and actually it's probably going to be... No, it is P7 because there are no reserves ahead. Airways is slowing down to let everybody else through, and everybody else is... No, there is Owen, but there are also Sully and TGO to come. TGO is a long, long way behind, so Sully does come up into P10, which will be P9, so 7 points. And our last finisher tonight is the home driver. At least he made it till the end, I'm pretty sure that he was hoping for many more points than that tonight, being in P4, going down to P12. It does hurt, but he'll come stronger after that. So it is finally the end of this very long Las Vegas Grand Prix. So I don't have a co-commentator, but so I usually ask them what they think of this track. I think it's a good track. I've gone from being a very big hater of this track to actually liking it. I still don't think it's great for racing, definitely online, but in real life it can be okay as long as the manholes stay installed and are not sucked up by the ground effect. But I think it's an interesting track, and it's definitely showed that racing tonight. Many incidents, but some very good overtaken as well. So that was the podium ceremony for tonight. Our race winner is Pepito. The fastest lap is our reserve on... Wow. And when was it? He DNFs on about lap 8 or something. Still got the fastest lap. Driver of the day goes to Blurred Magic, overtakes and cleanest Airways. Anyways, let's go through the whole grid. We've got Pepito, Blurt, Josh Boy, Connor with a P4, GXD, Blurt, Brindle, Avinash, Sully, Owen, Airways, TGO, Geke, Matthew, Wookie, GTS Drag King, YouTube Shift God, Arma, and Man. Very quickly, I'd be giving my driver of the day to our race winner, I think, because he got a big setback, or whether or not it was his fault, I have no idea. And quite frankly, right now, it doesn't really matter to me. But he got a big setback, had a different strategy. Okay, the safety car brought him back into it, but he had to make, 7 or 8 overtakes, I think, during those 10 laps, and he pulled away by 6 seconds. Again, no idea what happened there because that gap went up really quickly, but it looked like a really good drive from Pepito. So for that, I'm giving my driver of the day to him. And yeah, so that's going to be it for tonight. Pepito takes the championship lead, extends it by a lot in comparison to the remaining drivers in this championship. Very, very positive night for him. And yeah, so thank you everybody for tuning in tonight for Tier 4's Las Vegas Grand Prix. The race week isn't over yet. We do have another race around Las Vegas tomorrow night. It's Tier 0, it's the assistless race. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what mistakes people are going to be doing, because no assists means no ABS, means a lot of spinning around the braking zones. So time management is going to be key, even more so than tonight. And it's always very close action in Tier 0. So make sure you tune in tomorrow night. It's 7 p.m. UK time, so 8 p.m. in Europe usually. And yeah, so make sure you tune in. Thank you for being here, and see you tomorrow night. Ciao.